Hey guys, this is Jack from Kangaroo Jack's Fitness. Today we're going to be going over my bulletproof 12 mobility drills. What this is going to do, it's going to help get you out of lower back pain, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day. You start getting around the shoulders, like this, okay, and especially a lot of pain through here. What we're going to do, we're going to unlock your hips using a little bit of equipment, nothing special, just a foam roller and mobility ball, which you pick up for a couple of quid. They also do half foam rollers, so if you're travelling a lot on airplanes or in your car or anything like that, you haven't got room for a full one, you can take a half one or even just a piece of PVC. Guys, so what we're going to begin with, rolling out your hip flexors / quads. Go down, start this at the top of the hip, bring this outside knee, up, arms in plank, okay, and then we're just going to roll out from there. Nice and simple, okay. Again, oscillating. And what you can do is when you get further down, okay, let's go back a little bit. When you get further down, go find a tight spot, sit there, and then just bring your heel to your glute a couple of times. Okay. I do about 3 to 5. Okay, and then I just roll back over that area. As it starts to release off, that's when you then move forward again, and then get down towards the knee. So the next exercise we're going to go through is rolling out your abductors. So your abductors are a really small muscle group that run from the top of your groin here down towards your knee. They get thinner as they go down, okay, and they're responsible for pulling your knee in. Okay, so what we want to do, I like to lie this at a 45-degree angle, okay, just like that. And whatever angle that is, I'm going to do the side that it's mirroring. Okay, so what I do is roll out this leg here, I place it high up on the groin, now I just come down into a plank position. All I'm going to do now is roll halfway down and then back. Again, 5 to 10 rolls, and then once I've done that, move down to the halfway position, and then again from there. Again, if you find a tight spot, sit on it, bring your heel to your glute, and then back. Okay, so the third bit of soft tissue work we're going to go over is rolling out the glute. And this is where this bad boy comes in. So it's just literally a mobility ball. You can use a hockey ball or a golf ball, but obviously the bigger the better, with being nice and dense. Okay, so what you're going to do, you'll place this under your glute, just like so. Okay, you can come up, make a figure 4 with your feet, arms out to support yourself, chest up nice and high, and then we're just going to start rolling around. Take about 30 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. The more times you do this, the better your lower back's going to become, because when your glutes get really bound up and really tight, they start to pull down on that spine and that hip area. Okay? So again, we can do when you find a nice tight spot. This is going to be really uncomfortable. There's going to be some bits where you see me wincing. It's absolutely fine. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So once I've found a tight spot, right there, I'm just going to push my knee down and then bring it back up. And then down and up. As you see, it's really uncomfortable, especially there. Okay, then again, I'm just going to roll out. What you can do as well, take your leg, extend it, turn a bit more to the side, support yourself with the other hand, and go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go into a hip flexor stretch, a lunge position. So as you can see here, I've got 90 degrees at the front foot, 90 degrees at the back foot. The most important bit for this is trying to keep that lower back flat, trying to keep the pelvis straight. So what I teach people, bring your chest down to your knee, squeeze this glute. What you want to do, you want to feel this femur come on the front side of this hip. Okay, so I push forward with my hip, I can feel my bone there. From there, keep my lower back straight, I sit up as far as I can. For me, I can get it all the way up, and a nice straight line from my shoulder to my hip to my knee. That's the end goal. But for most people, you might be here. As long as you can feel the stretch, again, from your hip down to your knee, you're going to sit there for 2 minutes. Okay? Okay, once I'm here, I'm squeezing this glute as hard as I can. And then the more you get better and more comfortable, try and drive this knee back. And on my left glute, I'm trying to push it forward. What that's doing is I'm locking my hip in place. Okay, so now I'm not letting it just relax out like this. Okay, I'm actually locking it nice and tight, squeezing both my glutes, and I'm hitting more of that hip flexor stretch. As you get more advanced, set your arm up, and then lean over. This will hit your psoas. So your psoas runs from the top of your hip, diagonally through to your spine, again pulling on it. The next one you can do on the floor, it's called a frog stretch. Just come down, all fours, take your knees, bring them slightly outside shoulder width. Okay, then you're going to point your big toe 90 degrees, keeping them on the floor. Okay, for beginners, all you're going to do is just push your hips back so you feel this tight up in here. Okay, hands flat on the floor, push up position. Again, hold for 2 minutes. Okay, for more advanced guys, just drop down into that plank position, breathe into your belly, exhale through your mouth. So our next stretch is going to be for Piriformis, which is deep down here in the hip. That's all I want you to do. Bring your leg up, okay, make it 4 on the top here. It's all about this angle of the knee. The straighter I can get that, the deeper down I'm going to hit this Piriformis. What you don't want to do is apply pressure directly to the knee. Okay, I like to teach people, take your forearm, grab your shin, and then place this onto your actual leg. From there, I just want you to push down, lean slightly forward. You can round your back on this, you don't really need to, but it will happen the more mobile you get. Okay, don't worry about that too much, it's not that important. All you're going to do now, take your hand and just try and touch your toe. Again, we're going to hang out here for 2 minutes. All you're going to do, just take your foot, bring it onto the other side of your knee. All you're going to do now is try and bring this knee to this shoulder. So what I like to think is you're cuddling a baby. Okay, place my hands around like that, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm stretching all the way through here. Okay, it's a great way to open up the glutes. Don't need any special equipment. Again, 2 minutes. Place one foot up, so your toes are onto it. Again, all you look for is that 90-90 position. And we're just going to hold this. Again, 2 minutes. Your knee can touch the floor. It doesn't need to touch the floor. But again, all you can do, trying to make sure you've got a nice straight line from your shoulder to your hip to your knee. Okay? Remember, bring this knee back, push the hip forward to lock, then hip line back. Take your hands out, place them at your side. Okay? What you don't want to do is you don't want to let your hands dry up on this one. Okay, you want to push them into the floor. Okay, from there, all I'm doing, okay, is bring my legs up to 90 degrees, just like so. All I'm going to do now, drop them to one side, look to the other, hold for a second this side, and then turn, and then over. The next one we're going to do comes from a good old American football drill. It's called a Rollover V-Sit. Okay, what this is going to do, it's going to roll your lower back, okay, pulling those vertebrae apart a little. So all you're going to do is lie back, bring your legs up, roll back, let your feet give you that nice deep stretch through your spine here. Okay, then you can pull your legs up, roll forward, your feet apart, lean through. So our next one is going to be what's called a mountain climber stretch. Okay, so all you're going to do, come into a push-up position. Okay, keeping that back nice and straight. I'm going to bring one of my legs out to the outside or just behind, depending on your mobility. All I'm going to do now, try and push the knee forward. I can feel this deep down here, top part of my hamstring, a little bit of my adductor. Okay, I'm just going to camp out, again, a couple of seconds, and then swap. So the greater your mobility gets, the more you'll be able to pull this knee forward and then stretch into it. What I like to do, again with those, about 5 each side. So our next exercise is what's called fire hydrants or hip circles. So what we want to do is start quadricep position. Okay. All we need to do now, pin one heel to the glute. Okay. All we do, squeeze that glute. I'm just going to take the leg out, make small circles, and then each time get a little bit bigger. Do 10 clockwise, do 10 anti-clockwise. There you go, guys. That's my bulletproof 12. Have fun with it. Try it many times as you can throughout your day, throughout your week, and you will notice in a week or so you'll have massive improvements, not only one in your hip health, but also two in your posture. Okay, if you would like to contact me, you can do so at Facebook and Instagram at Kangaroo Jack Fitness, or visit my website www.kangaroojackfitness.com.